Alrighty, y'all. So I'm coming to you today because I just finished watching a show by the name of Match Made in Heaven, and I decided that I wanted to give a review on the show now that the season finale has aired. It aired last week, Thursday. It came on WeTV, and I'm just going to go through and give you guys my thoughts on it, because I did invest some time in the show, and I do feel like I should put my opinion out there. So let me, give you the basis of the show. The show, like I said, is called Match Made in Heaven. The theme is supposed to be some sort of, similar, not rip-off, not knockoff. What's the word? Imitation of The Bachelor, as we know is on ABC and has been running for years. And they've never had what we like to call, people who look like me, a black bachelor, all right? So WeTV decided that they wanted to switch up the game. They wanted to be the first, the pioneer of bringing a black bachelor who is educated, intelligent, sexy, and ready to commit to TV, right? That was the plan. So I'm guessing they cast a man named Sean Bullard. He, of course, is black. Early 30s, successful businessman, handsome, all of the 9 yards, and a good candidate for the show. I liked him a lot. I will say that he had some questionable, scenes. I guess I would call it scenes. But overall, I think he had good intentions, I think. And I think he was very attractive, very, kind and everything. But one thing I don't think was that he was ready for love or marriage. Okay. So the show starts, they introduce us to Sean, who, like I said, is a real estate developer from Philadelphia. And he has 24 women. So out of those women, there were some ratchets, of course. They always gotta have a dose of ratchets. There were some really sweet girls. There were some mean girls. There was some ride or die chicks. Like, there was just a mix. There was black, white, Hispanic. I don't think there was any Asians. No Asians, WeTV. But they had a very good mix, I would say. So throughout the weeks, during the first couple of episodes, he eliminates, I think it started off like 4 at a time, 3 at a time. Like, they eliminated a lot per episode, right? This man had, like I said, 24 women in the house, and it got to the point where, it was getting really hard for him. Like always, your heart gets invested, you put your time, you don't want to hurt anybody. It's really hard, and I get it. Nevertheless, I feel like throughout the show, he made a couple of questionable calls. So Sean claimed that he wanted love, that he was ready, he wanted to commit and everything. But he sent home women that clearly came for the same thing, and kept women who clearly didn't, weren't there for the right reasons. At one point, there was a girl who was bisexual. I guess she's lesbian, bisexual. Don't get me wrong, I really liked her. Her name was Ness. I really liked Ness as a person. I think she was sweet, she was funny, she clearly had, she was the jokester of the house from what I could tell. We don't know, it's TV. But did I feel like she should have been there to almost the very end? No, because truth be told, she wanted a woman, and she was hitting on another woman in the house, and I just don't think she truly would have married Sean. And that's no shade, no tea, it's just what it is. Then at one point, he eliminated a woman named Phoenix. Now, she was one of my faves. I really liked her. I thought that she was original, she was nice, she was kind, she was old enough but not too old, beautiful, had her shit together. And I think what happened was she ended up revealing a big secret that she had dated a celebrity, and she had a child, well, not a child, but it was a scandal. And I think that scared Sean away. So I was just like, okay, if that's the case, she shouldn't have been casted for the show, because I genuinely feel like out of all of the girls, she was the most mature. She was the most ready for what he was looking for. And she was beautiful. It was like what is even going on anymore? So that at that point, I was like, this show might just need to get it together. I was like, you know what? I'll make you watch it. So then I had another favorite. Her name was Mecca. So Mecca is this New York feisty, you know, there for Sean, down, ride or die type of chick. She came in the house letting all the hoes know, I don't F with you. I'm not here for you. I'm here for Sean. And she was about it. Like, she was ready to argue. She was ready to do whatever she needed to do to get a date with him, to make sure he was looking at her. And I like that about her, because us city girls know, like, you can't let these boys run over you. You gotta let them know, like, what it is. And on a dating show, you know, you're not there to be making friends. It's cool to be nice. That's the one thing I wish she would have done a little more. It's just like, be a little nicer to the girls. When she would go on dates, she would like rub it in. That, Sean took a picture with me. Sean, we rode camels. She would rub it in. And like, that part I didn't like. But like all the other parts where she would let people know, like, hey, I don't F with you, I'm not here for that. Like, I thought that was sincere, and I appreciated that about her, because it made me see, like, okay, maybe this show isn't just for all these girls to think they're gonna hop on and get some reality TV fame. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, I was feeling Mecca. I liked her vibe. I really liked her. And that episode that she was eliminated, her and Sean had gone on a really like cool date. They took these photos. They looked amazing together. And then he sends her home. I want to know the excuse this man gave to Mecca. He said something along the lines of like, I know myself and I know that I can't give you the same intensity that you give me, and I'll never love you as much as you love me. Something along those lines. And I was just sitting here like super confused. Like, so you're telling me, the viewer, that what are you looking for then? Like, you say you can't give her the same intensity so that she can love you, so you're telling me she can love you too much, so didn't you come here for love? Or I don't get it. So from there, when he eliminated Mecca, I was really upset. I was like, okay, you know what, maybe, you know, what he's saying is true. Like, maybe it's something about her that's too much, or she's too young, or too wild, or I don't understand, but I'm gonna let it go. Let me get to the finale. So the finale, there's a girl by the name of Christina E., which I would classify as like the good girl. Then there was a girl named Angela, she was a good choice too. And then there was a girl named Jade. Now, out of the three, my pick was Christina E. And I chose her. She was in my top three. Like I said, my top three was Phoenix, Mecca, and Christina E. She was in my top three for the main fact that I saw a lot of myself in her. She's a good girl. It seemed like she had a pure heart. You know, she was untainted. She like really just had like a very pure and innocent vibe to her, that it was just like, you could tell that this girl, if you marry her, she will be there. She will hold your hand. She will be through everything. And she just seemed like someone who a lot of guys nowadays, they run over or they look over because they're not bodacious. They're not showing all of their body. They're not, you know, making out or having sex with them early. And I liked her for that, because she stood her ground and she said, hey, you're not going to kiss me until I'm ready. Hey, you're not going to touch me until I'm ready. And, you know, you're going to get to know me first. And I think for that, she kind of disadvantaged herself, because clearly that's not what Sean was looking for. She got saved multiple times by the pastor. And I truly believe if she wasn't saved by the pastor, that she would have went home by Sean eliminating her. So genuinely, I just feel like, you know, once he said on the finale that he was eliminating Christina, I sat there like, this is some BS. Like, Sean, if you're watching this, like, honestly, what were you looking for? Like, Christina, Mecca, Phoenix, they clearly all had the best of intentions. They all wanted you, you know, to succeed. They all were there for your love. They all were good, genuine women. And it just seems like, you know, you just toss them aside. Now, so he eliminates Christina, which, of course, I was pissed, screaming at my TV. Then comes out Angela. Now, this is the part that I was just really like, TV, like, I can't, right? So Angela comes down. Now, let me brief out with Angela and Sean. Throughout the season, it seemed like Angela was a top choice for Sean, because she seems like a very like home girl, like ready to get married and settle down and make her man happy. Like, she mentioned a couple times how she would love to be with a guy and give him, you know, a March 14th or something like that, which is apparently steak and blowjob day or something like that. Like, she wanted to have a man to pamper and to love, and that's what she was ready for. And so I think that really drew Sean in, and the fact that she's beautiful, intelligent, you know, all the list goes. I liked her. She was a nice girl. And so he proceeds to bring her down, looking at all her heart eyes. Y'all know the heart eye emoji, like, oh, babe. She comes down looking gorgeous, and he just like starts talking about how he can truly say he's in love with her, and that, you know, he just knew from day one that they were gonna vibe and all this stuff. So I'm sitting there like, okay, you know, Christina gone, whatever, Angela's next best, you know, whatever, it's cool. And then he starts saying, but my heart is with someone else. No, it's just like, but you just said like how you love her, your heart would break. Then he starts yelling at her. That's the part where I lost it. He starts yelling at her. It was like, she goes in on him. She's like, what do you mean? So you're gonna be like everyone else that did this to me. Basically like alluding to the fact that other guys in the past have hurt her just the same way, like pretending that they love you, using love to hurt you. And so he was just like, don't you dare, you know, compare me to the other guys you've been with. You know I've poured my heart and soul into this. I've given you everything, and I would hate to see you with another man. That's how much it hurts me to do this, but I have to be a man and make a decision and make a choice and all this other crap about how he has to be man about it and make a choice, but he's so in love with her and it hurts him so bad, but he can't have them both. And I'm just like, man, this show should have just cut right there. Like, cut. Exit, done. Like, how are you going to tell a woman that you love her, that you can't see another man with her, all this stuff, and then just break her heart on national TV? Like, he should have just kept it moving with the loved our time here, but my heart is with someone else. Then I would have respected that. But the fact that he had to go through all these loops and then make her feel like she's the one that's, you know, mad for the wrong reasons, like make her feel like, oh, she's the one that shouldn't get mad and call him out. Like, I was just like, this is not happening right now. Like, y'all need to watch that foolery, because it was complete and utter foolery. Like, honestly. And then, of course, we know at this point that he's picking Jade, which is the third girl. She's a model or something from LA, something along those lines. Pretty young, in her early 20s. And she's cute, she's pretty too, but I wasn't feeling her. And it's not because I don't think she's like a nice girl or anything. I just genuinely didn't see attraction. I didn't see any bond between them through the show. But then again, like, who am I to judge TV, right? But I just feel like they are not a match because of the fact that I didn't see all of the show. And then when she came down, he was like, oh, I just want to love the little girl in you, or something stupid. And I was just like, what? You want to love a child? Like what is going on here? This show honestly had my mind going everywhere. Like, you want to love the little girl in her because she didn't have a dad or something? I'm just like, what is this nonsense that he's spewing at these girls? Like, clearly he doesn't know what he wants. Like, once he eliminated Phoenix, I knew he didn't know what he wants. Then when he told Angela that he loved her on the finale and then broke her heart, I knew that man didn't know what he wants. And let me tell you something. This is not to say that I don't think that Sean will ever be ready, or that this show was a complete sham, like I want to say. But it just didn't feel like he was ready right now. I felt like the show, he did prove, you know, he said his goals were to prove that African-American men can court, they can love, and they can, you know, be nice to women and be successful with the money and all that other stuff. He did that. He showed us that, yeah, he's a millionaire. Yeah, he's a fine one at that. Yes, he's fine. I'll say that. And that, you know, he can be a nice guy. He did show that, but I feel like he didn't show the main important one, was that he's ready to settle down. Like, oh, I forgot to mention y'all that when Jade won, y'all know on The Bachelor, they're supposed to propose, because that's the whole point of this. This man pulls out an engagement ring, and instead of getting on one knee, he's like, I just want to show you that, you know, I can promise to you, I'm going to make this a promise ring. I'm like, I haven't seen a promise ring since 6th grade, and I don't want to see one now. I don't care if I'm dating someone for a day. Guess what? I'm not getting a promise ring. If you're going to give me a ring, it better be fashionable or go on this finger, okay? And he had to, like, after saying promise ring, saying the word promise and Ray together as a 30-year-old man. He gonna say, I want you to wear it on a chain on your neck. Y'all see the foolery of it all? A chain. You giving her a chain as commitment. Like, do you know I could cover a chain? Like this? You don't have to, like, y'all. I'm just stop because I could go on and on and on about this show. Like, it's sad because I enjoyed it very much in the beginning. I thought he made good decisions in the beginning. And then when it started getting down to the wire, I started noticing that something was very much off. And that this man was not there for what he said he was there for. So Sean Bullard, do better next time, okay? I like you. I like your character. I like your personality. But I did not like how you executed in breaking those women's hearts. And not coming for what you said you were there for. Like, let's do better next time, okay? I think you did a great job. You showed that black men, yes, can be very, nice and successful and all of that other stuff, but you also have to show that you were there to be committed. And next time, listen to Mama. Like, Mama knows best. Shout out to Mama Maggie, who was an advisor on the show. So overall, I'll just say that this show was very much... My expectation was very low because they didn't really promote it as much. I saw a one-time commercial. I was like, oh, that looks cool. I'll watch. It didn't seem like a lot of people watched with me because Twitter was dry during the whole season. But, it seemed like a lot of people watched the finale, which I'm happy about. But I think that there will be a season 2. I definitely don't think he's still with Jade. I think they're pretending on their little Instagram posts and all that stuff. Y'all ain't together. Give it up. Like, give it up. And, yeah. If y'all want to watch, you can find it on YouTube. I found it online with my cable provider. So, I don't know what else to say. Like, that show was just... There's going to be a season 2. Like, that's all I can say. So, thanks for watching. And if you liked it, tell me what you thought. I'm not saying I didn't. Okay, I am saying that. I didn't like the ending. I actually hated it, and I was annoyed with it. So, let me know what y'all thought. See you next time. Bye.